Previously on When the Music Stops.
Oh, it's Elena. I've been thinking about her more than usual today. Though it's been nearly 10 years and a lifetime since her death. It's a slow night. My first night back at my old bartending job.
So don't they pay you enough at this fancy law firm?
Saved by the bell. Genties.
Nick? I've been calling your cell all day. I was worried when you didn't come home last night.
I told you yesterday, I just need...
Nick, I'm trying to be understanding about this, but we really need to talk.
I can't right now. The bar is packed.
What's that guy got to do to get a beer around here?
I gotta go, Claire. We'll talk later. Promise.
Nick.
Genties.
Nick, I talked it over with the other partners. Look, they're not happy about the way you bobbled the Jansen case, but they know you're still green. Come back to work. You'll take your lumps and we'll move on.
I wasn't looking for a pep talk. Even if I was, I'm not sure I got one. Sir, I'm sorry, but I have to go.
Think long and hard about what I said, Nick.
Yes, sir, I will. I hear the door open. Glancing up as Jay enters.
Well, I heard through the grapevine that you left Kelly Banks and Sherman. Nick, please tell me that's just a rumor.
It's not.
So what does Claire think of all this?
She thinks I'm having a breakdown.
Is she right?
No.
What then?
I don't belong there.
And you belong here?
Maybe.
A bartender.
Actually, I'm being promoted to manager.
Oh, congratulations.
Jay, The door opens again, shoving a proverbial cork in my emotional dam.
Roll.
I flip the dish towel across my shoulder in true bartender fashion as I watch Claire's long, slender frame glide across the floor, her silky blonde bob bouncing. I'm not looking forward to a confrontation with her, but I always enjoy watching her cross a room.
Nick, can I talk to you in private, please?
What if you asked Elijah Gray? Oh, Alexander, you speak to me.
And now stay tuned for When the Music Stops.
Thanks. The server sets my drink down. It's not in a coconut shell. It's in a martini glass. And I'm not on an island. Unless you count Manhattan Island. 3 days ago, Claire told me I needed a relaxing getaway.
Maybe I can talk Daddy into giving you some time off. We can get away for a few days. Maybe that's what you need. A break. Time to regroup.
Well, apparently, her idea of a relaxing getaway includes tickets to a Broadway show. My first one. She assured me I'll love it. I just nodded and smiled. At the moment, she's up in our room, this midtown Manhattan hotel, putting on her little black dress, 4-inch pumps. As much as I enjoy watching, I can't seem to grasp the look, don't touch concept. So I, or maybe she, decided I should wait for her here, in the hotel lounge, but Claire never likes to sit at the bar, so I took a table by the window. I haven't been to New York since I left the circus. Sipping my martini, I stare out the window at Times Square, wondering what I'm doing here now. The city looks damp, gray. Herds of people in their trench coats, drawn-in shoulders, and sober faces, reflecting the gloomy weather. It's been raining since Claire and I stepped out of the terminal at Kennedy Airport, almost as if to spite us, or maybe just me. I start to beckon to the tall blonde in the short black dress. We just walked in. When she looks my way, I realize she isn't Claire. She's nearly as stunning. She notices me staring, dips her chin and smiles, tucking her blonde hair behind her ear. She sports a shoulder-length bob, similar to Claire's. Claire's is slightly shorter, silkier. I should stop staring, or Claire's almost doppelganger might get the wrong idea. I avert my eyes toward the drink menu on the table, sipping my martini, and check my watch. Claire should be down soon. I glance up again. The blonde stands by the bar, facing me, but doesn't make eye contact. She's talking to someone. He must have walked in while I was trying not to stare. His back is to me, but there's something about him. Feels familiar. He's about my height, maybe an inch or two taller, but lankier. I can't read lips, but it isn't hard to tell they're arguing. He points to a table. She folds her arms in protest. He leans in closer, whispering in her ear. She responds with a half smile. Seconds later, they seat themselves at a table. Show over. Claire arrives in her little black dress and high heels. I watch her walk toward me. A theme song playing in my head. God, she's beautiful. I stand as she approaches. Wow, you look amazing. She smiles, then straightens my tie. I'm not sure it needed straightening. I pulled the chair out for her and signaled the waiter over. Can I get a Chardonnay for the lady and another martini?
Right away, sir.
Sir? When did I become a sir?
Nick, I'm so glad we decided to take this trip. What should we do tomorrow in the city that never sleeps?
Sleep? She thinks I'm kidding. Isn't she the one who said I needed a break? The server returns with our drinks. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
How about the Met? Or the Empire State Building?
Yeah, sure. I've been to both several times. With Mom. I down my second martini. Then look for the server, so I can order another. Claire lays her hand on mine, donning one of her father's smiles.
Slow down, Nick.
Just like his. Her lips barely move. Maybe the two of them could do a father-daughter ventriloquist act. Hey, I'm not driving. We're in the city that never sleeps, where we can walk, grab a cab, or hop on the metro. Her smile freezes.
You'll fall asleep halfway through the show.
Just as well. I'll need my energy to climb the Empire State Building tomorrow. I truly believe Claire is trying to make things work between us, as well as she's able. Maybe she's afraid I'm going to turn out like her last boyfriend. What was his name again? Oh, Todd. He was a loser. An abusive drunk. Oh, right. I guess I should stop ordering martinis.
Nick, did you hear a word I just said?
I respond with a blank stare. I haven't the foggiest idea what she just said. Fortunately, she's distracted by something else.
I don't care what you want.
I follow Claire's gaze toward her almost doppelganger and the tall, lanky guy sitting 5 tables away. His face is blocked by a plant.
Calm down, Jeanette.
Irreverently, she stands.
Don't tell me to calm down, you son of a...
Genug. Setzen. Jetzt.
Jeanette stares at him, apparently considering his sit order. I glance at Claire. The look she gives me clearly warns I'd better not ever speak to her that way. Hard to believe she ever dated that other guy. The abusive one. Apparently, Jeanette is not as proud. After a few seconds, she sits back down. She lifts her glass of white wine, then calmly takes a sip. Show over. Claire glances at me. then turns her attention back on the other couple, anticipating an encore maybe. My eyes follow Claire's. Jeanette obliges, hurling the remainder of her wine in her escort's face.
You stupid bitch!
Too bad it's white, not red. She jumps out of her seat again, chair toppling over.
I am not one of your trained animals.
Bolting out of his chair, he grabs her arm. Jeanette jerks out of his grip and storms out. For the first time, I see his face. But I figured out who he was the moment I heard him yelling German commands like he would to his animals. He rakes his fingers through his blonde hair, then smooths his Van Dyke. The beard makes him look more distinguished, but I can't help wondering if he grew it to conceal the scar I gave him 10 years ago when I nearly beat him to death. Other than in circus posters and my own nightmares, this is the first time I've seen Alexis Dimitri since that day.
Nick, sit down.
Claire's voice pulls me back to present. I hadn't even realized I was standing. Alexis drops some money on the table and makes a hasty exit.
Nick!
What? Claire is already out of her seat, leaning over the table, latching onto my arm.
What's wrong with you? You look like you want to kill that guy.
My hands are balled into fists, heart racing, jaw clenched. If they hadn't pulled me off them, I would have...
What? Nick, you're scaring me.
Sorry.
Are you alright?
Suddenly nauseated, I rub my abdomen. Actually, I'm not feeling that great. Would you mind? Claire's face drops. Disappointment. On her, it's as subtle as a blink of her long eyelashes, but palpable, nonetheless. I've come to know her intimately enough to detect annoyance as well. I revise my original thought. If we get going, maybe I just need some exercise. We can walk around Times Square before the show. She glances out the window.
It's raining.
Fine, I'll have another martini. I start to signal for the server, but Claire grabs my hand.
We can buy an umbrella from a street vendor.
She grins, straightening my tie again.
It might be romantic, sharing an umbrella in the rain.
Pulling out my wallet, I nod and smile. My observation, Mom? I do that a lot lately. Not the wallet part. The other.
Sometimes I feel like Alexander the Great. I'm trying to conquer the world. The Gordian knot to be untied. I took a shortcut with my sword. Death was still my reward. Oh, Alexander, you speak to me. Oh, Alexander, will we ever be free? Sometimes I feel like Alexander.
Hurry, Nick.
I'm coming, Mom! I run down the hallway, searching for the alcove. Passing the elephants again and again, and...
Help me, Nikki!
I try to call out, but no sound comes out of my mouth.
Nikki, save me!
I can't feel my legs. I stumble, dragging myself across the concrete floor. The elephants are coming. Fast.
Nick, don't be late. Don't be
Mom! Mom!
It's too late, Nick. It's too late, Nick. The music stopped. The music
Nikki,
stopped.
help me! Help me!
Lena!
Nick?
Huh? What? I focus on Claire, lying on her side next to me in the dark. It takes me a moment to remember where we are. our hotel room in Manhattan. Thankfully, we're not still sitting in the theater, though I think I did nod off halfway through Phantom of the Opera. By the time we got back to the hotel, I felt like the energy had been sucked out of me, and fell asleep the moment I hit the sheets. I must have had a bad dream. The bad dream.
What were you dreaming?
She's completely unaware of my recurring nightmares. I haven't had one since we moved in together. I thought they'd stopped.
Nick?
Yeah.
Who's Lena?
What?
You yelled the name Lena in your sleep.
I did. There's a lot Claire doesn't know about my past. I haven't deliberately tried to keep things from her. Or maybe I have. I'm not sure why. 10 years ago, when I left the circus, I adjusted to life outside more easily than I expected. Maybe because the only way I could function was to forget my life there altogether. Not forever. Just for a while.
Nick?
Her fingernails tickle my back, giving me a chill.
Is there something you need to tell me?
I'm relieved your voice isn't accusatory. Yes. During the long silence that follows, I wonder if Claire thinks I'm having an affair. She doesn't say as much, but I've come to know her silences. I lie back down on my side, facing her. It's not what you think.
Oh, and what do I think?
There's that edge. There's no one else, Claire, I promise. I caress her arm. Her skin is like silk.
Nick, I feel like we're drifting apart.
I'm just going through some stuff. For the first time, I'm confirming, at least in her mind, what she's been thinking lately. That I'm having some sort of breakdown. I'm not, but I suppose it's better than her thinking I'm cheating on her.
Maybe you should see a doctor.
Maybe. She tickles my bare chest with her fingernails, her way of telling me that she wants to make love. There will be plenty of time to talk later while we're climbing the Empire State Building.
Featured music by Mallory, Moyer, and Bill Vinhage, with theme song The Music Stops, performed by FM2. Starring the voices of Joe Rouleau, Bethany Brandt, Michael Vena, and Charlie Kotsaftis.
Music's custom made, so's the night. In your eyes, the stars sing lovingly, a perfect harmony to my romance in your ear. Your arms around my neck, my hands upon your waist, sailing through each other's eyes. Look at me, man of 23. What a wonderful surprise. Dancing in the moonlight, nothing ever felt so right. A scene for dreams and in the movies, on the screens of our lives. dancing in the moonlight. Nothing ever felt so right. A scene for dreams and in the movies, on the screens of our lives. Music's custom made, so's the night. The moon is in your eyes. The stars sing lovingly, a perfect harmony. But to my romance in your ear,
Next on When the Music Stops.
It's not the real world, it's just a fantasy. But don't put fantasy bubbles pop. Leave you looking for that one someday. Then one someday, the music stops.
I stare out the window of our hotel room, watching it rain. Again. Rainy days in Florida calm me. Rainy days in Manhattan? Not so much. I still don't know why Magdalena was walking alone in Cleveland, Ohio on that cold fall night 10 years ago. Alexis claimed he didn't know either. The entire time I was beating him up.
This is your fault! This is your fault! I didn't know! I didn't know! Why do you leave her alone? Why do you let her walk? Why do you let her walk? I didn't! Stop! Please, stop! You're killing my son! Stop, buddy! Nick! Stop! Nick! Stop! You're going to kill him! Nick!
I wonder if the circus still has Thursday matinees. Hey.
Nick, where are you?
I don't know what I am doing here. It feels just like I'm stuck in second gear. I'm so sad, but I can't shed a tear for you. It cracks me up to hear you saying I'm here for you. I don't know why I'm here. I might just disappear.
Tune in next week at WKDW 97.5 FM, Real Community Radio in North Port, Florida, or www.kdwradio.com for the next episode of When the Music Stops.
It's just a fantasy, but don't put fantasy bubbles pop. Leave you looking for that one someday.